You know who it is, everybody. I'm back once again with another... This ain't gonna work. You know who it is, everybody. This is Jasmine Defined again with another hair tutorial. Today I'm kind of taking it back to my roots and doing a natural hairstyle for once. I know I've been doing a lot of wigs and weaves, but I wanted to show you guys something that you can do either in between those, or if you don't do those at all, here's a natural hairstyle you can do, especially if you're in that kind of in-between stage where things get kind of weird because your hair is not necessarily short enough to be a style, but it's not long enough for a ponytail, so you kind of don't know what to do. This is great for you. Also, if you don't know how to cornrow, these are flat twists. They're a lot easier. It's pretty basic. And you know, if you can pretty much do a semi-straight part, then you should be able to pull this off. So let's get one more thing. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that notifications bell so you will be notified when I post a video. Okay, so I'm starting with freshly washed hair. It's detangled. Really the only time I detangle my hair is when it's wet. I like to do my styles while my hair is as wet as possible because it's just easier to manage and part and all that good stuff. So I'm going to start with the part in the middle, right up front. And now I'm going to do my back part. So I'm doing 2 sections in the front. And this is where my flat twists are going to be. Now I'm taking these Argan oil drops and I'm going to apply those to this first section. Anytime I put something on my hair, I always start with the ends first because that's the driest part of my hair, it's the oldest part of my hair, and it's less likely for, you know, my natural oils and things to get to the ends of my hair. So I focus on those first, and then I just work my way up from there. Next, I'm applying my Cantu coconut curling cream. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that this is an old favorite for me. Another alternative that's a little pricier is the Miss Jessie's Curly Buttercream. That's also a favorite for me, and it's very thick, but in a good way. It keeps my hair nice and moist. Now I'm just going to brush that through. Next, I'm going to part in a diagonal line. And these are going to be my 2 flat twists on that side. And now I'm going to start my first twist. So I'm taking Eco Styler gel and I'm just applying that to either side of the twist, or what's about to be the twist. And then I'm just going to start twisting. If you've never flat twisted before, the idea is that you're really just, it's going to be 2 pieces of hair, and each time you twist it, you're adding more hair to the section. I hope that makes sense. If not, just try to watch and hopefully you can follow along. So I'm just twisting all the way back, and I'm going to twist all the way down the hair. And instead of using like your traditional rubber bands, those little black rubber bands that I see a lot of people use, I prefer to use these poly bands. My hair is just less likely to get tangled around the poly bands. Now I'm going to move on to the next section. I'm just doing the same thing. I'm applying the Eco Styler gel and proceeding to twist and closing it off with the poly band. And of course, I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. One thing about me, I mean, I'm pretty good at parting, but I have a hard time with the symmetry of it, especially doing my own hair. Sometimes it's hard to match one side with the other. But I think with this hairstyle, it kind of gives you a good amount of leeway. You can't really tell if it's not perfect, because this definitely wasn't perfect when I did it. So don't stress yourself out if it's not perfectly symmetrical. Now with that other side done, all that's left to do really is to style the back portion of my hair. So of course I want to keep my curls moisturized and popping, and by popping I mean defined. So I'm going to apply the argan oil. I'm really just following the same steps I did with the front, I'm just not twisting it. So I'm going to apply the argan oil, then the Cantu, and finally the Eco Styler gel. And the Eco Styler gel is really like the icing on the cake. And I finally got myself a sponge. Granted, I got it when my hair is on the verge of being too long to even use a sponge. But here it is. I got it off Amazon. I'll link it in the description below. I actually got a 2-pack. And I'm just going to use that to go around my head. And of course I have to lay my edges. So I just dab this brush in a little Eco Styler gel and lay my edges as I see fit, nothing too extravagant. If you want, you can add some little hair jewels or whatever. At this point I decided that I wanted to actually pin those side to twist back a little bit, the ends of them. That way you can see more of the twist in the front. So I'm just adding one pin on each side. You also can see that little jewel I added to the rubber band there. And while I'm doing my makeup, I'm just gonna put this satin scarf around my head. And here's my finished look. I hope you guys like this hair tutorial today. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notifications bell so you don't miss a thing. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment below, thumbs up this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.